Hey guys, what's up? It's imuRgency and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a show that has been heavily requested for a while now. Honestly, I've been avoiding it. I'll open up and I'll say that. I'll be that honest. I've been avoiding it. And I feel like I was avoiding it because I had like these major misconceptions about what Gossip Girl was going to be. When I thought about Gossip Girl, specifically like this new season, I thought it'd be like a Friends equivalent, The Office equivalent, just because people have been talking about it for so long from like the original show. I thought it was gonna be one of those, but I was pleasantly surprised. It actually was nothing like that. In fact, it was very good, might I say. So let's talk about it. Also, really quick, before we get into Gossip Girl, I want to quickly plug my new channel, Rummates. I'm going to be doing vlogs over there. If you all have been following me for a while, you would know that I originally started my channel doing a bunch of vlogs, college content, and just general like lifestyle stuff. I'm going to be doing that stuff again, but moving that all over to Rummates. There aren't any videos out yet, but I am going to be doing a college weekend life very, very soon. That's going to be up on that channel. So make sure you go subscribe over there to check out that content when it comes out and to be one of the first people to be a part of that new community. So go and do that. Subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so really quickly before we start talking about this show, make sure that you are subscribed, turn on post notifications, and leave a like on this video because it helps out a lot. Also, follow me on my socials here at imuRgency because I'm active on Instagram and TikTok and all that, so follow me there. But let's talk about Gossip Girl. So full disclosure, I had not seen the original Gossip Girl, so this is coming from a completely like fresh set of eyes. Like I don't have any preconceived like, oh, new Gossip Girl is worse than old Gossip Girl, like old Gossip Girl was so much better. Like no, we're just talking about this as if this is a completely different show because from what I hear, it is. So the new Gossip Girl basically focuses on these two sisters, Zoya and Julian. Zoya is like a small town girl. She grew up in like Buffalo, I think, and moved with her dad to New York City per request and per help of her half-sister, which we come to find out, Julian, who happens to be like a social media influencer star, like literally like Charli D'Amelio of New York, I guess. And yeah, they're half-sisters, like they both share a mom, but their mom unfortunately passed away while giving birth to Zoya, and the whole circumstances between both of their dads is really complicated and also really messy, which we come to find out later in the season. The show basically follows them trying to mend their relationship while also combating all of like the social pressures from being from two different economic classes, along with having to fight against Gossip Girl, who basically is this conglomeration of teachers who are fed up with the students treating them like trash, so they make this Instagram account to bully them into submission, which is weird. We're gonna talk about that because that is very weird. But yeah, I feel like that's like the best synopsis I can give for the show. It honestly gives me a mix of like Blood and Water meets Elite, but in New York City. Just because there's like that whole sisters dynamic going on, and there's like the rich versus like the less fortunate, and then like this mysterious figure like causing drama between all of them and people being shady and turning on each other. Yeah. Basically gives me a mix of those two shows. If you've seen those and have been watching this channel and at least watch me cover those shows, then you can kind of get a feel for what this is like. And I want to say first and foremost, while I do like this show, the show does a really great job at making you hate every single character. Like I cannot pick a favorite characters because I despise all of them equally. They are all so annoying. Like it's giving like Grand Army almost, like the level of annoying that these characters are. I don't know if it's because they're all like super snobby and super snaky towards each other and you can't trust anyone, but like I really struggled to like genuinely root for anybody. Like at the end of the season I was like, all right, whatever happens because all of you are such terrible people to each other. Like even Zoya by the end, like they all definitely give like the vibes that they would be rude to wait staff, if you get what I mean. Like to a certain extent I do empathize and like understand where they're coming from, but also like just be better people. At least with Elite you had like some people that were good and had like redeeming qualities, but Monet and Luna, what are your redeeming qualities? Like y'all look great. Everyone in the show looks fantastic. Like they look great outfits, makeup, just general appearance. 10 out of 10. But like Monet and Luna, specifically Monet, I've been seeing some narratives on my TikToks, in like the comments of my TikToks talking about some of y'all want Monet to be like the new it girl and replace Julian. And honestly, I could see that because Monet definitely does give like super mean girl. But like what are her redeeming qualities? Like she does all of that for what? To what gain? Luna, you do all that for what? You're just so snaky. And Julian, bestie, Julian. Why? I get like the pickings are slim at your school, but why do you continue to go back to the same friends that backstab you each and every time? It just feels like a constant repeat of the same thing happening every single episode. Like Zoya and Julian will become good, they'll be friends, and then all of a sudden Luna and Monet want to stir up some trouble because Julian's numbers aren't doing great, or they just don't like Zoya. They manipulate situations to make Julian hate Zoya. They're like very similar situations too. Like it's not like they're going out of the box to find something super creative. It's obviously them behind it. And then they make the two of them fight. And then the two get back together. Like I just don't really understand how you're not picking up on the trend here. And why you continuously go back to the same friends that backstab you when you could just find other friends. Like you're famous, you're literally famous. You could make friends with anybody if you wanted to. Like honestly, girl, just get a better team around you. And also I really want to talk about Obi. Specifically both Zoya and Julian's obsession with Obi. Like Obi really isn't all that, like sure he's cute or whatever, but like he is the definition of like performative activist. And he really just does not know what he wants. He really does not know what he wants. Like literally any time throughout this whole season, his whole character is like finding a new black girl and being like, oh, you're so different. And then the second that she does something that he doesn't like, he's like, oh, you've changed. You're not who I thought you were. Like who asked? You barely know these girls, and the second they show a bit of their personality, or the second they show a little bit of something that you did not expect, you're like, you've changed. I didn't know this about you. Like, grow up, or at least be to yourself for a little bit, just for a little bit. I hope you can tell like my anger for all of these characters in this show. Like, I promise you I like the show. I promise you. I'm so excited for season 2. Like, I promise you. It's just that the characters make it so irritating in like the best way possible, because like they're so, why are you like this? Why are you like this? Just getting back to their obsession, like Otto, you're gonna be obsessing over a guy named Otto? Like, no, please, please, please take me away. And I honestly don't even really want to touch the whole like Audrey, Aki, and Max throuple relationship, because like that is just like, okay. That's all I gotta say. Y'all were getting on Euphoria for sexualizing teenagers. I think we need to bring that same energy over here, because the way that they are speaking to each other, the way that things are represented on screen, I'm like, hello? Hello? Like, no, I'm sorry, but...
You ever heard of the Guilty Rich? This one's the guiltiest.
And the richest.
How would you like to hang out with us tonight at Dumbo Hall?
I don't know, it's a school night.
If you close your eyes, she disappears, I'm telling you.
It would be nice to have someone to run errands.
And like the whole thing with like him and the teacher, like in that sense I feel really bad for Max, because I feel like Max has gone through a lot this season. I feel like they've all gone through like their own sets of trials and tribulations, but Max specifically has gone through a lot of trauma, and I feel like his therapist is gonna need to unpack a lot later, because I think there's a lot that he's not addressing still, even at the end of the season. But like their whole relationship, their whole dynamic was just like, oh, we're doing this, we're going here, we're doing this. I guess it's an HBO show, but like still, like, wow, we're going there. Cool. Keep the same energy with that as you did with Euphoria. All of you critics and cynics. If Euphoria is a 10, this is a 13. But yeah, as if this whole thing hasn't been a mini rant, I really want to talk about Gossip Girl themselves. Let's start with this. I understand that being a teacher at a private school where all of the parents and students are insufferable is awful. I understand that. Especially that whole scene with like that teacher Kate and Monet's mom. Insufferable human being. I understand that. Like literally the most entitled group of people you could probably imagine.
It goes to show this school has always been a breeding ground for the worst kinds of people.
But still, why would you, as a late 20s, early 30s, some of them even older than that, there was one that was like pushing their 50s and 60s, take time out of your day to go ahead, make an account, and personally become the Perez Hilton of all of these high schoolers? Is that not strange to you? Is that not abnormal behavior? Because I think it is. Let's start there. It is. And 2, I really do hope that they get caught, because like it's strange the level of investment these adults have in these kids' lives. Like it's giving like, get a new job. Like I can't even tell you to get a job because you currently have a job, get a new one. Because this is not it. Like, it's the way that they're so excited and so creepy about it. Like the way that they follow these kids around, like there are multiple charges that can be pressed against them, and they need to be, because that is strange. Are we talking about that? Do we understand how strange that is for grown adults to be following these children around, filming them? There are just so many different levels of ill and creepy. I just can't even begin to explain. And I think that they noticed that while like making it, because it gave Kate like a little bit of a conscience, but not enough to actually like stop it, but enough to just be like, all right, maybe we shouldn't talk about these people, but let's talk about everyone else in general. And Kate, there's a special place of hate for Kate in my heart, just because of the way that she adopted the Gossip Girl language, and the way that there was constant narration and monologues throughout this show, where it was just such a cringy dialogue.
Don't know about you, but I love the smell of facepalm in the morning.
Like, who speaks like that? Who types like that? Like, I get maybe, I haven't seen it, again, I haven't seen it. Maybe that's how like the original Gossip Girl talked and typed, but all the little puns.
Good afternoon, followers. Gossip Girl here. Your one and only, etc. Amen.
You don't need to be mentioning how you speak. Like the fact there was dialogue and they're being like spotted, blah 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 blah, and like all the different like analogies, play on words were just really gross. And I hated the way that they enunciated their words. I made a TikTok on this.
Seriously? So cute. I would like to culturally appropriate her. Listen, I'm gonna pee, unless you want me to save it for later.
So much just went on in those few seconds. What is this show? But like, I really do hate the way they enunciate. Specifically that end scene in the finale where Julian is doing it, where she challenges Gossip Girl and she's like, I'm going to take you down from one bitch to another.
Mutually assured destruction. From one bitch to another.
Shut up, please, like delete your account. Okay, quick side note I wanted to mention. I just do not understand how so many people have their post notifications on for Gossip Girl. Like, that is just one thing that just seems really unrealistic to me. Besides all the other things that were really unrealistic in this show, like having everyone in the school constantly have their post notifications on with like with the audio on, so you hear all the chimes and stuff like that, just doesn't sit right with me. Like, that would never happen. That would never happen. But if it does, if I'm wrong, then turn on my post notifications. Why not? Prove me wrong. Try it out. The button's like here or there somewhere, you know? That's all. Like, there's no need to speak like that. Like, I get that it's meant to like be dramatic and like hype people up for like season 2. But for me, I literally had to take a moment to like sit back and laugh because there was really nothing there for me. There was really nothing there for me to really get invested in. I don't know. Did that do it for you? Like, was that a hype moment for you? Were y'all excited for like the last scene in the season? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. But overall, I guess I'll talk about some positive things. I really did like how the cast was so diverse. I like how they changed it up because I was looking at like what the original Gossip Girl cast was, and I get like it happened a while ago in the past, but they were kind of white. It was kind of very white. I saw Penn Badgley was there, like, hey Penn. But I'm so glad that this rendition of it is so diverse and like so open to a bunch of different ideas. Like the fact that they have like a polyamorous relationship. There's just so many different queer people on the show. Like racial diversity, gender diversity, like all of that. I'm glad they're integrating that and like modernizing the show, bringing it up to like modern times, you know? So that's a plus. And two, like generally it's like an entertaining show. Like I can't lie. Like I would say like if I were to give this show a rating, I'd have to give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I really did enjoy the show. As much as the characters angered me, I feel like that's a special quality of a show. If you're able to invoke such a visceral emotion over imaginary characters, you're doing something right. So yeah, solid 8.5 out of 10 for sure for me. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really would like to hear your opinions on Gossip Girl, especially if you've seen the older version of it, like the original version. Like, what do you think about it? Do you feel like it was a good reboot? Because I know like the whole topic of like reboots is something that is really controversial because a lot of times they don't do it right. But I feel like I didn't see the original, so that's why I was able to enjoy it so much. But even if I did, I feel like it was a good reboot because it just refreshed the entire show. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, if you are new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss when I post. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like and follow me on social medias here at imuRgency to keep up with me over there. But other than that, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I've been imuRgency and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.